You became a millionaire before the money came. It sounds impossible. It sounds like magic, but it's not magic, it's law. The law that has been shaping your life in ways you didn't even notice. Today you're going to discover how your energy, your inner state makes you rich, long before a single coin touches your hands. And when you understand this, money stops being something you chase. It becomes something that chases you. Imagine this: two people start with nothing. Same city, same economy, same opportunities. Yet one becomes a millionaire and the other stays stuck. Why? It's not luck. It's not family. And it's not even hard work in the way you've been told. It's the invisible signal each one is broadcasting into the world. One person is quietly living from a state of already having. The other is unconsciously living in I'm still waiting. And the world, like an obedient mirror, reflects each state perfectly. Neville Goddard called this the law of assumption. And here's the part that most people miss. This isn't about wishful thinking. It's about entering the state of the wish fulfilled so deeply that it becomes more real to you than your current reality. That's when reality bends. You see, your imagination isn't just a playground. It's creative power. Every image you feel deeply plants itself into the unseen field that shapes the events, people, and circumstances of your life. Most people are trapped in what's visible: the bills on the table, the numbers in their bank account, the noise of the news. They let these outer things tell them how to feel, and that is why they stay stuck. Neville flipped this entirely. The outer is nothing more than a shadow of the inner. Change the cause and the effect has no choice but to change. But here's something you probably didn't know. Neville didn't just teach this in abstract philosophy. He gave people actual exercises to do, ways to step into their new reality right now. People who followed them reported wild, unexpected events, sudden promotions, gifts, inheritances, and chance meetings that changed their lives overnight. And they all said the same thing: it happened when they stopped waiting and started living from the end. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how that works. Step by step, you'll learn how your energy acts like a magnet. Long before results show up, the subtle difference between wanting wealth and feeling wealth. Why the law of assumption works faster than traditional goal setting. The secret mental shift Neville used that most people overlook. And how to hold your new state even when your outer world looks the same. By the end of this video, you'll see why becoming a millionaire is not about the money itself. It's about becoming the person who already has it inside. When you live from that energy, the numbers in your account simply catch up to who you already are. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to share one of Neville's lesser-known techniques that is so simple you can do it tonight before bed. And if you do it right, you might wake up to opportunities you never expected. The truth is, reality bends to the one who dares to feel beyond what they can see. That's the drama playing out in your life every single day. And today you get to direct it instead of being an extra in someone else's story. Welcome to infinite power. If you're ready to tap into the laws that shape wealth, success, and reality itself, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe, because this is just the beginning. The law of assumption is simple, but it's powerful. It says this: assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, not want it, not hope for it, not dream of it someday. Live in it now, feel it now, act as if it is already yours. Neville Goddard taught that you are already the person you want to be if you dare to step into that identity in your mind. When you truly assume a state, the world around you has no choice but to reorganize itself to match it. You aren't waiting for something to happen. You are living as if it has already happened. Think of an actor on stage. When they step into a role, they don't just say the lines, they become the character. They walk differently, speak differently, think differently. They forget their old self while the role lasts. That's what you must do with your desire. Step into it so fully that you forget what wanting felt like. This is not about pretending. It's about shifting your inner state so deeply that it feels more real than your current circumstances. The outer world is only a shadow of what's happening inside you. Change the inner, and the shadow changes on its own. Repetition is key. You don't assume it once and then wait. You return to it again and again. Every time your mind drifts to doubt, you pull it back into the feeling of already having. It's like watering a seed. If you water it every day, it grows. If you ignore it, it dries out. Consistency shapes reality. The state you occupy most often is the one the world reflects back to you. If you spend most of your day feeling lack shows up. If you spend most of your day feeling rich experiences find their way to you. Here's how to practice it. Step 1. Close your eyes. Shut out the noise of the outer world. Forget the numbers in your bank account. Forget what's due tomorrow. Forget everything except the one thing you desire. Now picture yourself already living it. See the clothes you wear. See the places you go. See the numbers in your account, if you want. But more importantly, see yourself as the person who has them. Step 2. Feel relief, ease, and don't strain. Don't try to force excitement. Real wealth feels calm, safe, secure. It's a quiet knowing, like you've arrived home after a long journey. That's the energy you want to step into. Let your body loosen. Let your breathing slow. Let your shoulders drop. That calm is proof you're in the state. Step 3. Affirm, I have it now. Say it in your mind, whisper it, or just feel it as truth. Not I will have it. That keeps it in the future. I have it now tells your subconscious that the wish is already fulfilled. The subconscious doesn't argue. It accepts whatever you persist in feeling as true. Keep it short. Keep it simple. Keep it present tense. Step 4. Don't chase the how. You are not in charge of the method. You are in charge of the state. The moment you start thinking, how will it happen, you slip out of the feeling and back into wanting. Let the world handle the details. The right people, the right opportunities, the right circumstances, they appear naturally when your state is consistent. When doubts appear, and they will, don't fight them. Fighting strengthens them. Instead, gently turn away. Return to the feeling. Return to the scene in your mind. Like tuning a radio, you keep adjusting until you're locked onto the station you want. Some people think they have to hold the state all day without breaking it. That's not true. You just have to return to it more often than you leave it. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, it becomes your default state. Imagine it like wearing a new pair of shoes. At first, you're aware of them. They feel different. But after a while, you forget you're even wearing them. The state of the wish fulfilled is the same. In the beginning, you'll need to focus and bring yourself into it deliberately. With time, it becomes effortless. This is why repetition is not boring, it's transformation. Every time you assume the feeling, you strengthen the reality of it in your subconscious. And once it's locked in there, it will express itself in the outer world. You may notice small signs first. A random compliment that matches your desire, an unexpected opportunity that feels alive, a chance encounter that opens a door. These are the ripples that appear before the wave hits the shore. Don't ignore them. See them as proof your state is taking shape in the physical world. If your outer world hasn't caught up yet, don't panic. The delay is only the time it takes for the shadow to match the shape. Stay in the state. Feel it now. Let the results come in their own way, at their own time. This is the part most people miss. They think nothing is happening if they can't see it. But the seed grows long before it breaks the surface. The roots form before the leaves appear. Your energy is doing the same thing. The more you hold the feeling, the deeper the roots grow. And remember, you can practice this anywhere. You don't need a quiet room or perfect condition. You can do it on the bus, at your desk, in the shower. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Feel the end, then open your eyes and go about your day. The outer will catch up. It always does. Keep assuming, keep feeling, keep leaving as though it's already done. Not because you're pretending, but because in the unseen it already is. Your outer world is not as solid as it looks. It is not random. It is a reflection, a mirror of what you believe inside. Every thought you accept as true, every emotion you dwell in, every assumption you hold, is quietly shaping the circumstances around you. Change the belief, and the reflection must change. It has no choice. This is why your energy matters more than you think. Energy is not just some mystical idea. It's the emotional tone you carry through the day. It's the quiet feeling under your actions. When that feeling changes, you change. And when you change, the world responds in kind. You've seen this happen in small ways already. Think about the days when you woke up confident, calm and ready. Things seemed to flow. People responded well. The traffic lights turned green at the right time. Opportunities showed up out of nowhere. And then there were days when you woke up anxious, frustrated or suddenly everything felt harder. The world didn't change. You did. Your inner state colored the way life unfolded. The same law works for wealth, success, relationships, and health. If you feel wealthy inside, truly feel it, your actions, choices, and opportunities begin to align with that feeling. If you feel poor, even if you work harder than ever, you'll make choices that keep you stuck. The outer cannot outgrow the inner for long. This is why so many people change their circumstances only to find themselves back where they started. They win money but lose it quickly. They get into a great relationship but sabotage it. They land a dream job but feel miserable. The outer change didn't match the inner state, so the outer simply rearranged itself to match what was inside. When you shift your inner belief, the outer shift is inevitable. It might not happen overnight, but it happens. It's like turning the dial on a radio. The moment you tune into a new station, the old one disappears. Once you've locked onto the new frequency, everything you hear matches that channel. Your feelings are that dial. When you turn them, you turn your life. But here's the part most people stumble on: doubts. They think doubts mean they're failing. They believe one negative thought will ruin everything. That's not how it works. Doubts are natural. They're just echoes of your old state. Your mind is used to the old way of thinking, and it will try to pull you back. You don't have to fight those doubts. Fighting them makes them stronger. The more attention you give them, the more they grow. Instead, you simply turn away. Return to the feeling you've chosen. It's like a child trying to get your attention. You don't need to argue with them, you just calmly focus elsewhere. The real skill is persistence. Anyone can feel the wish fulfilled for a few minutes. But can you return to it when nothing seems to change? Can you choose it again when the outer world tempts you with evidence of the opposite? That's where the power lies. Imagine a gardener planting seeds. On the first day, nothing is visible. On the second day, still nothing. By the third day, they could start doubt. Maybe the seeds aren't working. Maybe I planted them wrong. But the gardener who understands growth doesn't dig up the soil to check. They keep watering. They keep trusting. And then one morning, something green breaks the surface. Your desires work the same way. The results may be hidden at first, but every time you return to the feeling of already having it, you water the seed. The roots grow deeper, the plant gets stronger. The outer world will catch up. It must. Persistence doesn't mean forcing yourself to feel perfect all the time. It means gently coming back to the state you've chosen, no matter how many times you drift away. It's not about never falling, it's about always getting back up. You might find the outer world testing you. Situations may show up that look like the opposite of what you want. This is where many people give up. They see the outer as proof that it's not working. But the truth is, the outer is just rearranging. Old states are fading away, and new ones are taking root. Sometimes this shift stirs things up before they settle. Think of cleaning a room. When you pull everything out of the closet, the room looks messier for a while. But that's just the process. Soon, the clutter is gone, and the space is clear. Your life works the same way when you change your inner state. If doubts come, smile at them. They're just leftovers from the old version of you. Don't feed them. Don't explain them. Don't argue with them. Simply say, I've already chosen my reality. And return to the feeling. It helps to anchor that feeling in simple moments. When you take a shower, imagine you're in a home you love. When you drink your coffee, feel like a person with all the freedom you desire. These little anchors keep you connected to the state you want. They remind your subconscious, over and over, of the reality you've chosen. Over time, the old beliefs lose their grip. The doubts become quieter. The new feeling becomes your normal. And when that happens, the outer world has no choice but to match it. It's not always dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle. A small opportunity, a shift in conversation, a new idea you wouldn't have thought of before. Other times it's sudden, a breakthrough, a meeting, a gift, an unexpected windfall. But whether it's slow or fast, it is certain. The mirror must reflect what you are inside. And here's the beauty. Once you know this, you're never trapped by the outer again. You realize you can always go within and choose again. You can shift your energy anytime. And when you do, the outer world starts moving to meet you. You stop feeling like life is happening to you. You start knowing it's happening through you. You stop chasing results.
You start creating them from the inside out. And it all begins with a decision to live from the feeling of your wish fulfilled, to trust the process, and to persist no matter what the outer shows you. There's a strange thing that happens when you start living from the feeling of already having what you want. At first, nothing outside seems to match it. You might still see an empty bank account. You might still have unpaid bills on the table. But inside, you've shifted. You've stepped into a different version of yourself, a version that feels rich, safe, and certain. You go about your day with this quiet sense of wealth, even if no one else can see it. You walk differently. Your shoulders are relaxed. You breathe a little deeper. You make decisions from a place of abundance instead of lack. And then the echoes start to appear. It might be small at first. Maybe you find money in an old jacket pocket. Just a few notes, but enough to make you smile. Maybe a friend insists on paying for your lunch. Maybe someone offers you something you've been meaning to buy, free of charge. These little moments are not random. They are ripples from the state you've been living in. I once knew a man who decided to live as if he was financially free, even though he had nothing in his savings. He didn't spend recklessly. He simply changed how he felt. He stopped complaining about prices. He started tipping generously when he could. He chose to notice beauty instead of lack. Within weeks, his boss offered him a new role with a raise. A month later, a side project he had almost forgotten about suddenly brought in extra income. He didn't chase any of it. It came to him. Another example, a woman I spoke to started imagining herself as a successful business owner. She had no clients yet, but she lived in the feeling every day. She would make her morning coffee and imagine it was in her dream office. She'd answer her phone as if speaking to an important client. One day she got a call from an old colleague who wanted to refer her to someone in need of her services. That one call led to her first big contract. She laughed when she told me, "It feels like my imagination leaked into reality." That's exactly what happened. When you hold a feeling long enough, it starts to express itself in the outer world. Not always in the way you expect, but always in a way that matches the energy you've been living in. Feeling rich when you have nothing is not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing which reality you will energize with your focus. The empty bank account is just the shadow of an old state. Your new state has already started creating new conditions. It just hasn't fully shown up yet. Sometimes the echoes are obvious. Money in your hand, offers coming in, debts being cleared unexpectedly. Sometimes they are more subtle, a shift in how people treat you, invitations to events you wouldn't normally attend, conversations that open doors. Both are signs that your inner worth is starting to project itself outward. The world responds to the way you carry yourself. If you walk into a room feeling small, you get overlooked. If you walk into a room feeling like you belong, people notice. They may not know why they're drawn to you, but they feel it. That's your inner worth speaking before you say a word. One man told me he started dressing a little better, not to impress anyone, but because it made him feel like the version of himself he was becoming. Soon strangers started complimenting him. A manager at his local store offered him a part-time opportunity that eventually became a full-time position with better pay. He laughed. "I didn't even go looking for it. I was just being who I wanted to be." Living in the feeling of wealth changes your choices in small ways. You stop settling for things that drain you. You make decisions that align with abundance rather than fear. Those decisions compound over time, and the results begin to show. Even the way you speak changes. When you feel poor, your words are filled with "I can't" and "I wish I could." When you feel rich, your language becomes softer, more certain. You speak as though good things are normal for you. And because your words carry that energy, the people around you respond in kind. Sometimes the echoes will surprise you in ways that make you laugh. Like getting invited to a high-end dinner by someone you just met, or winning a small contest you didn't even remember entering, or receiving an unexpected refund from a bill you paid months ago. These things feel like coincidences, but they are your inner state weaving itself into the outer world. There was a woman who practiced this by keeping a rich list. Every time something small but abundant happened, a free coffee, a discount, a found coin, She wrote it down. Within 3 months, her list was so long that she couldn't deny the pattern. And by that time, bigger things had started showing up. New clients, surprise gifts, and a family member offering to pay off one of her debts. She told me I stopped worrying about when the big things would come, because the small things reminded me they were already on the way. This is the power of real-life echoes. They prove to you over and over that your inner state is working, even before the full result is visible. They're like the first signs of spring, the small buds on the trees before the flowers bloom. Once you see them, you know the season has already changed, even if it's not in full bloom yet. The key is to notice and celebrate these echoes. Don't brush them off as light. Recognize them as reflections of your new energy. When you do, you strengthen the state you're in, and the echoes grow louder and more frequent. The more you live from the feeling of wealth, the more these reflections become your everyday reality. They move from being rare surprises to being normal. And once that happens, you're no longer trying to become wealthy. You simply are. The outer world just keeps catching up to the truth you've been living inside all along. Feel your desires now, not tomorrow, not someday. Step into that energy and live in it as if it's already real, because you are the energy and the money follows. Every thought, every feeling, every choice is shaping the reality you walk into. Hold the feeling, trust it. Let the world catch up. Say this with me. Feel it. You are to carry that truth with you from this moment forward. If this message spoke to you, give this video a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Infinite Power for more teachings to help you create the life you desire.